You know what his job is? So
Well, he's Air Force, so he's got to be a great guy.
Oh,
nice.
So every state
And I'm Chuck Thomas.
has a senior enlisted leader who is the Air and Army enlisted. So this is your highest
Just a little.
ranking enlisted person for the state. Air and Army.
Wow.
Yeah.
I noticed you got a few stripes on there.
He's been around for a minute. So he got a great story too.
Well, the cameras are rolling.
Oh.
We don't even have to start. We've already started. We'll just edit this all together. Okay, so tell us the story that you know about General Berry.
Well, what I normally do, I like to introduce him. Most people in the Nevada National Guard know that he is the Adjutant General, Major General Ondra Berry. And one of the things I like to do is I like to introduce him and say, hey, do you know who this person is? And they kind of look at me like, yeah, I know who this person is. He's the Adjutant General, but they don't say it. They kind of get a little bit off kilter on that. And I say, do you know that he was the 1988 Outstanding Airman of the Year for the entire National Guard? Not just Nevada, the entire National Guard. So the Outstanding Airman of the Year program encompasses the airmen, the NCOs, the senior NCOs, and the first sergeants. Mm-hmm. So they look at the top people in those categories throughout the entire 54 states and territory, and then they boil it down to the best one. And he was number one in 1988, and he went on to become our tag. And I'll tell you that he wears that Outstanding Airman of the Year badge. It's a badge of honor. He's more proud of that than being a 2-star general.
I told him that.
That's great. You're right. That's a great story. Oh, I love it. So is that the badge I see on your picture that's over the pocket there?
Oh, it's a ribbon that nobody else has in the state.
That's cool.
Nobody else has won it since then.
You're the only one in Nevada.
I told them they got to step up.
That's right.
I can't keep holding this title for 20, 30 years. They gotta, he's got to get the other airmen get off behind or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something. Did you come out to the Bella Vista? Was he there at Bella Vita?
No, he was not there.
Okay.
It was just me and Major Rofo and the returning deployer.
Right.
Yeah, but no, he was not there. Usually, he can't keep up with me, so he has to rest. And so
that's why I still have my hair.
That was great. Oh, that's too much fun working here. Well, the next one we have.
Okay.
You gonna bring him?
Yeah, I'll definitely bring him.
Thank you.
Because
I
think
fun.
we had offered for you to come, and you had something going on. Yeah.
December 17th,
Yeah.
before Christmas.
Right.
Good luck with that. Huh?
Yeah.
We're surprised that they even had time to do it.
I know.
Because all you guys were just so busy doing stuff.
But it was a good event. It was they did a phenomenal job. The owner really opens the place up, and
He's a great guy.
yeah,
Sergio.
he really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to go down there and give him a coin or something.
Yeah.
The general lit up the whole restaurant in his speech. I mean, he had everybody just jazzed up. He was really emotional.
He's a pretty good speaker.
Yeah.
You've heard
Done
him.
that before.
Yeah, a
Ear
little
muff.
practice.
He's a pretty good speaker. When I took over in this position about 9 months ago, and people started introducing me at other events that we went to, hey, this is the command senior enlisted leader of the Nevada National Guard. They'd say, do you work for General Berry? And I was like, yes, I do. He's a celebrity throughout the United States.
Right?
Oh yeah, when it comes to adjutant generals throughout this, he's not one of the junior ones. He's one of the senior ones. People know him.
Charismatic.
There's airmen and soldiers in other units that are like, you know General Berry? And I'm like, I work for General Berry. Yes, I do know him. And he moves people everywhere he goes. Don't let that go to your head.
Yeah, I hope you do that speech again at the next one, because we're gonna have 3 different cameras there.
Oh, really?
And they're gonna be all pointed on you.
Okay.
People jumped out of their seats. It was something you'd see on YouTube that is totally inspirational. It was outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? You want to sit here with us and we'll just talk? Is that okay with you?
Yeah. Well, you
can-
got to remember he's my wingman, so
Yeah.
he's supposed to take care of me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Great.
And he has a great career too, and he's probably the only person in this position that still gets to go up and fly, because I gave him permission reluctantly. But He's an engineer on a C-130.
Oh,
And,
I
nice.
appreciate that. Thank
yeah,
you.
and and I really didn't want to let him do it, but then I go over there and talk to the guys over in operations. They said he's got some skills, and they would like to have him around every now and then. And he did a good job when he was over there, and they appreciated it.
Yeah.
So I was like, kind of looks good to somebody in that position still goes up and flies. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Well, here we are. We're with the, this is the Army National Guard
No,
or
this
the
is
Air?
Nevada National Guard.
Nevada
which
National
includes
Guard.
the Air and Army Guard.
Aaron, oh, that's awesome. I'm going to digress a little bit here. When I was in, we didn't have them both together.
Yep,
Everybody was separate.
About
They all thought they were better than everybody.
in the mid to late 90s, there was a big push by General Blum, who was the Chief of National Guard Bureau at that time, to really make us join. And it was a lot of resistance too, for obvious reasons, because the services love their services.
Yeah.
But it went through, and it just makes it so much easier to have both services working together. There's so much interoperability. Like today, this weekend, we're working the New Year's Eve mission, and you'll see Air and Army personnel train together, have the ability to be in what we call domestic operations, which is the homeland mission together, and both bring different capabilities. So whether you're talking about firefighting or floods or civil unrest or a New Year's Eve mission, to have the ability to just seamlessly have what we call the JOC or the J3, be able to access resources on both sides is so much better. And the uniqueness in the Guard is you have, the war fighting mission, of course, and then you have the homeland mission, and then you have state partnerships, and the ability to have the Air and the Army working together, we can seamlessly do those missions.
Wow. That says a heck of a lot. People don't really realize what you guys do and how important you are to the whole framework of everything. Well, we're having so much fun sitting here talking that I haven't properly introduced everybody. Major General Ondra Berry, the boss. All right, that's what you say, the boss. And his cohort over here in I won't say crime, but your cohort is Cameron Pieters, the top-ranking enlisted man in the state of Nevada, right?
Yeah, I'm the command senior enlisted leader.
All right, so now we got the two top guys right here at the same table. I love this.
We can make the decisions.
Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So, I mean, normally we just, we go off a script or something like that. Like, I got my notes for the general, but we're gonna push those out of the way. And we've already started talking. And I love this. This is probably the most fun I've had in a long time. But yeah,
It's and I would be remiss to say, we have like 4,700 guardsmen, airmen, soldiers, and some civilians.
okay.
But the Guard is probably 2/3, 1/3, 2/3 enlisted, 1/3 officers. So he's got huge responsibilities
Yeah, you
in
do.
terms of taking care of the enlisted. So we would love to hear what his responsibilities are to make sure we're elevating our enlisted in the state of Nevada, to taking what's one of the best fighting forces in the nation and taking care of all of our people. So I just would love to hear what he had to say.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'd be remiss if I didn't take this microphone off and have you clip it right below your rank there, if you would, please. All right, now everybody can hear you really good, because I got a big mouth, everybody can hear me fine. They don't wanna hear me.
Well, as General Berry mentioned, the bulk of the soldiers and airmen in the Nevada National Guard are enlisted. It is the backbone of the National Guard. And our people are very innovative. We have a generation that are very smart. They are very capable. They are well trained. They are well equipped. And we give them a lot of responsibility.
Good.
We watch them grow, and as they continue to become leaders in our organization, our responsibility is to help foster that, grow that, to really take on and take over this legacy that we've been given from others who came before us. And the enlisted force, with that innovation, they know how to operate under commander's intent. The commanders of the Nevada National Guard say, hey, this is what we need to do. The enlisted members of the Nevada National Guard go out and get it done.
That's outstanding.
And that's what makes us the finest fighting force in the world.
Yeah. You know, just the short time we've been sitting here, I want to re-enlist. Where do I sign?
Hey,
Lord.
And we're in the top 5 of the nation in recruiting.
Oh, are you really?
Oh yeah, the state of Nevada.
Yeah.
You act surprised.
Well, no, I mean, that's good. There's
yeah.
45 other people that second place than you.
Yeah, we have our senior enlisted advisor, which is the top enlisted position that works for the 4-star, General Hokanson. He's here visiting. His name is Chief Whitehead. I'll say SEA Whitehead. I was going to say Chief Whitehead. So, but he's here visiting, and I think I'm not going to say in awe, but I think he's appreciative, and he's seeing the best practice, and he's recognizing that there's just something that unique is going on in Nevada, because you got to remember this in the midst of 9 deployments in the last 2 years, having a unit that's downrange right now, our MPs. Working this homeland mission today with New Year's. They work the MAFS mission, the Modular Airborne Firefighting System, the C-130s that fight firefighters. Having the state partnerships, because we have state partnerships over with Tonga and Fiji, and 2/3 of your force being M-Day or drill status guardsmen, and only 1/3 is full-time, and we still have to meet the same requirements as the active duty. The Nevada National Guard is getting it done time and time again. You want to see a best practice?
Come to Nevada.
Come to Nevada.
Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you got the 2 best right here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great place to
He's
start.
got better hair than me, but other than that,
It's just hair.
Just there. It's not only is he the president, but he's a customer as well. Right? Wow. You know, I like all the initials that the military has, and you know, being out so long, you forget them. But now I've been hanging around more and more people. I'm like, I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. But to be the 5th best, I know you're shooting for number 1.
Oh yeah. We just had our best recruiting month on the Army side, I think, in over 3 years, and that's you can't meet readiness, you can't have a prepared force, you can't meet the requirements that the Total Force Combatant Commanders, National Guard Bureau expect of you if you don't have effective manning, and so. You have to look at your organization's culture, you have to look at its benefits, you have to give the young people a purpose for wanting to be a part of this.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that we work really hard to make sure that they're valued, they're included, they belong, that their careers are taken care of. And that, and all those things are a heavy lift because there's so many other competing interests that are out there, not just from a job standpoint, but, just how people want to work today. And so, you have to say this experience will give you something that you can hold on to for the rest of your life, whether you stay 2, 4, 6 years, the transferable skills that you'll be able to launch you into other aspects of fulfilling your life's hopes and dreams. The military offers that better than anybody else. Yeah. And I say this sometimes kind of jokingly, but if I was president of the United States, I would make everybody join the military for a couple of years, just in terms of what it gives to you, what it provides to you, the structure, the discipline, the camaraderie, the teamwork, the exposure, the love for your country, the patriotism, the giving back, all those things are just so necessary and pertinent to every individual. I'm not going to say for our young people. And so, so we work very hard to make sure we provide those great opportunities for what I'll say is a great generation coming up now, because people forget this fact right here. If you love your freedoms, you love the opportunities you have, you love your country, it's that less than 1% that defends that.
Yes. Yeah.
Less than 1% that defends that and words this.
Yes.
So that is very important that we have good quality young people coming in to sustain, and as was said, that stands on the shoulders of those who came before us to ensure we keep those opportunities and freedoms in a great nation.
So you're saying it's too late for a 67-year-old, slightly overweight guy to join?
There's waivers out there. There's waivers.
Where do I sign?
I go over to Nellis. We had a booth at the air show, right? I was the first one there. I kid you not. It was still dark, and I was the last one to leave. It was dark.
Wow.
I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, one of the things that the general talked about culture. We talk about culture quite a bit. And one of the things that we try to provide, and we're always striving to work at, is providing a culture where people can come in and flourish.
Good.
If they can come in and be part of something, and they can have some inclusion, and they can feel like they have equity and they're feeling valued, then we know that it's more than just recruiting them, it's that retaining them. You know, people spend a longer career in the National Guard than they do in the active duty military because we're embedded in our community. People are allowed to put roots down and stay and drill in this armory or this air base for decades if they want
love
to.
that. Yeah.
And it's up to the leadership to ensure that we provide that type of a culture that allows people to not come in and only be successful, but is also very sustainable.
You know, just the way you're talking and the expression in your face and everything, people that watch this, that are going to watch this, they're going to say, wow. And hopefully you'll get a bunch of the younger generation, they'll say, I want to talk. I want to be part of this, because that's incredible.
But again, that if you think about our youth today and how they communicate, how they see the world, what's important to them is, sometimes we try to create an environment or a culture that's conducive to us, and we have a very young force, and they live in the world of communication, social media. They have what you call influencers, and so we have to look at, if you're willing to serve, if you're willing to take an oath, if you're willing to wear this uniform, if you're willing to be a part of this great organization, we're also, as leaders, willing to make sure that we're reaching you, we're communicating with you, we're staying in touch with you. We meet you where you're at, because at the end of the day, if you're fulfilling the promises that we make to this great country, then it's a win-win on all sides. And how we make that happen is in different ways. I tell you, I was not a social media person, but that's their world. And so I've learned that that's how you connect. And shame on us if we say, I'm so stuck and structured in my ways that I won't adjust or be flexible to reach a generation that I need to be in the forefront for when I walk away or when we walk away, because our job is to grow and to develop and to mentor and to coach a future fighting force that will continue to make this country what it is today. And if we go backwards on our watch, that is not acceptable. So we stay current.
That is amazing.
Stay relevant.
Now, do you walk around the hallway doing this?
No.
Good.
I walk around the hallway saying hi, shaking hands, reaching out.
Good.
They have to meet us halfway, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because out in the public, you see so many kids walking around doing this, and they're on their phones. Look up.
Yeah.
See where you're going.
But he said something that's important, and we talked about this just recently. Leadership engagement. They got to know that they matter. They got to know that they're valued. They got to know that the leadership is in touch, that the leadership cares, that leadership is paying attention. And I was tied to a relationship. Your relationship is not going to last if there's no engagement. You can exist, but when it's engagement, that's when it thrives. That's when it's fun. That's when it's exhilarating. That's when you show you care. And so we want to stay engaged with our organization, with our force, and to make sure that they know that you have a senior leadership team that is clearing the path and doing those things so you can come here and thrive. And you can't do that not being connected, not being engaged, not being in communication, not being connected to them. Cannot do that. So, because when people give you their blood, sweat, and tears, or their hearts and minds, they give it to you because you have earned it and have earned the trust, because they can take their talents anywhere at this day and time.
Right.
They can. And and this is not a job where you get rich or they build statues of you or major pats on the back. This is the job you do because you love the people you work with, you love your nation, you love what this stands for, you love the flag, and you love the purpose for why you serve. And so we're going to do everything we can to let our force know that you have made one of the best decisions in your life by agreeing to join and to serve in the Nevada National Guard.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, Chuck just said, well, I want to stand up and cheer right now.
One of the jobs as the leader is to be visionary and, and to push the organization. We're positioned to grow. We're looking for modernization. We want to get better airframes. We want to build a range. We want to get more force structure. We want to get more missions. We're looking to, build a range down south. And so in terms of what's next, the future is ahead of schedule in terms of where our organization can go and our unlimited, untapped potential about what we haven't even, eyes have not seen where we can grow as an organization and what we can do. But we have to make sure the foundational pieces, our culture, our airmen, our soldiers, our leadership, how we take care of people, the support, the resources in place so we can stay positioned to grow. But we know that we're positioned to grow, and we're going to grow. And so when you say what's next, modernization, force structure, resources, support. And when I say support, it could be everything from our public health officials to getting other missions. We're working on that as we speak. We know we're in the line to get some more modernization. We know we're in line to potentially get other missions. So our future is bright. 2023 is going to be great for you and me when it comes to Nevada National Guard.
That's outstanding. Well, I think it's a perfect place to stop right there. I know you got things to do, and we, Voice of the Veteran and all the veterans watching, appreciate what you're doing. And I mean, we salute you big time, and thank you from the bottom of our heart, our entire heart. So you guys are awesome.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service too.
Thank you.